What did you experience? What did you study? What did you like? What did you dislike? Tell me.
Okay. So yes, I started LBS in August
Mm,
2023. What I like, I think it's diversity.
mm,
It's one of the business schools with more nationalities in the year group. We are
yeah.
63 this year,
Mm.
which is a lot. I also like the flexibility it gives you. Term one is pretty busy in terms of core classes, but from term two onwards, they give you a lot of flexibility. You can choose different formats of class. There's 1 week in year two in which you go to different countries to do business there. I guess it's all of the opportunities it gives you.
Okay. So Kevin, do you have a question that you want to ask to Xenia, to Bianca, please?
All right. So Blanco, why LBS and not, I guess its main competitors, which would be INSEAD, perhaps ESA, Bocconi, other European business schools? And how did you decide Europe and not North America?
Yeah.
Okay, so Europe, I knew I wanted to live in Europe after my MBA. So I thought that I may as well start building my network and everything in Europe. Then why LBS and not INSEAD, Bocconi or whatever? Spain, I discarded it because I'm Spanish, so I thought it was ESA was not a big of a challenge, to be honest. Then I love big cities, so that left out INSEAD. And the thing that I most liked about LBS was that it gave me access to a lot of industries in the city. It was fast paced. I thought it was much more dynamic than other universities, and even the professors there were very good. I did my research, so for me it was clearly my winner for those combination of things.
Right. Were there any other considerations inside the UK?
No, no, I didn't consider anything else. I do believe that I have friends attending Imperial and others Cambridge. All of them are very happy. But I just consider London. I wanted to be like something in the capital city. So yes,
Yeah. Because at the same time, Bianca, if I remember well, you studied already in the UK.
yes,
You studied at UCL, for what, 3 years?
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
Okay. So basically, there was a sole reason why you came back because probably you like London. You probably have many friends. You enjoy the city. You had good memories from London. No? Yeah, probably. No.
yes, yes. That yes, everything is true. Everything that you said is
Yeah.
true.
And it's a nice city, huh, Kevin. Remember, we went there for a seminar with the GMAT. It was
That's
like
right.
2 years ago, I believe. Or it was no, it was last year. It was for the new GMAT. There was you, there was me, there was Nick, he met Sasha, and we had a great time, and I understand why we had a great time, and I understand why you like it so much. Alors, what is a daily day at LBS, Bianca?
What is the what? Sorry.
A daily day. What is a how do you organize your day? What is a normal day? Sorry.
Ah,
What
what
is
is
the
my
daily
normal day?
organization? Yeah. Mm.
Okay, so I think it depends a lot on the term. Like term one is completely different to term two and term three. Term
Yeah.
one, days like your weeks are much more like full of core classes. So you'll be always with your stream. Stream is within your class, your cohort. You are divided into different streams. We are six of us, and then in each stream, you do all of your core classes. You'll spend a lot of time with the same people, which
Ah,
is 80 people, a lot of
understand.
people, and you have less choice on what you study because everything is core. So it's like strategy, it's like operations, statistics, things like that, accounting, etc. Then, so that would be like academically. Things that are not academic, there's a lot of clubs going on. A sports club, I joined the rugby, touch rugby, luxury clubs. There's a lot of them, both extracurricular and like more professional related. And then term one, I think it's full of events, parties, get to know each other. It's pretty like intense term one. So you want to meet a lot of people. There's a lot of things going on, etc. Then from term two onwards, they student like your weeks are much more. You decide how you want to make your week. So you choose electives. You already know what you want to study more or less. And then people also focus much more on recruiting for internships, summer internships. So I'd say overall you dedicate a bit less time to academic, more to professional life, and you have more time, like free time to travel and to just meet new people.
Now, from what I understand, you're traveling quite a lot. So what do? You go to meet friends? Is it because of the clubs you're part of? And you seem to be quite busy. You need to have a busy social life, Bianca. So, um,
Yes. So
you,
it's a combination of all. Like some clubs they organize treks. Like for instance, for rugby, we went to Barcelona, to other cities in the UK, things like that. There are like different tours. And then you organize trips like just with your friends. And even the NBA, there are different clubs from different nationalities like Japan, China, Peru. They organize also treks to their home countries. So it's either like spontaneous, you do it, or it's already organized by the school or by your classmates. But you get to travel a lot. I'd say that most of us have traveled at least once per month since what's term two always and term one sometimes as well. So it's pretty intense in terms of travel too.
okay. And so tell me, in terms of admission process, uh, what is it to apply and to what you need to do to apply and to be accepted to LBS? Because of course we have two students from Kevin, so maybe you can explain to them because I'm sure that some of them are interested in. By the way, I asked Gabriel to come. Huh? Xenia, if you can ask Gabriel to join. So what is it to apply to LBS? Is it very different from the other schools? Tell me.
I wouldn't say it's much more different.
Yeah,
It's a one recommendation letter, if I'm not mistaken. I think I only did one.
yeah,
And
one.
then in terms of essays, it was two essays. First one was very like MBA related, which was like, why do you need an MBA? Why LBS? And what's your post MBA goal? So that was like very like standard in terms of MBA essays, I'd say. And then the second one was like, what would you contribute to LBS? They weren't like super long, if I remember correctly, like 500 words, something like that. And then once you submit that and your application, obviously, and the recommendation letter, then you get offered an interview, like online interview with online or in person. You can choose. Well, most more than you can choose. Actually, you're in touch with your interviewer. You know, you're the one like writing an email to the interviewer because the
Mhm.
admissions they give you, okay, she or he is going to interview you, please write them an email to schedule your interview. So you can decide. It's pretty flexible. They're usually based in your home country, or where you're living, and you decide if it's like more in person or online. And apart from that, there's also an online, like it's like higher view. I don't know if you've done higher view, but it's like you're facing your computer and like two questions appear on screen and you have to answer them in like 4 minutes or something like that. And once you've done that, then the final decision comes.
To the thing. Okay. So basically, LBS is a bit different. You see, compared to the other programs, in that there is a question about current, political or economical matters. I don't know if you had a question like this because normally it's an interview, it's a motivation essay, and at LBS, there's also usually an extra question that they recommend where they will ask you. It's a more of an open subject about the situation, an economic, political, or whatever topics that you have to develop. So tell me now in terms of career goals. So I know that you're a McKinsey consultant. So when you left McKinsey, you were what? You were a senior associate. Yeah, you left McKinsey as
Yes.
the senior associate. Normally, so they sponsor your MBA. You're supposed to go back there. Is it your plan? What are your plan post McKinsey unless you decide to work all your life for McKinsey? What are your professional plans? Tell me.
Okay, so as you said, I'm sponsored by
Mhm.
McKinsey. So I have to go back for at least 2 years to repay my debt. 99% chances I'll go back. If I find something that I like more and that they repay or help me partly repay my debt, then I'll consider it. After McKinsey, I'm not pretty sure if how many years I'll be in McKinsey. To be honest, I think I'll just see like how my life is going. But since my MBA, I'm considering a lot becoming an entrepreneur. Still
Okay.
TBD everything, but something that is, yeah, it's just in my head right now.
Because I remember that when we work on your application, you wanted to be an entrepreneur in the sport business. Remember? Huh?
Yes,
We to do
yes.
something in sport. Is it? Have you taken advantage of these 2 years to grow up in your project, or is something that you have given up? Have you worked on your project?
I
On your
haven't
entrepreneurship project?
kickstarted that project. I have taken various entrepreneurship classes,
Yeah.
and I'm right now in the middle of maybe doing like setting up a business, but completely not related to my like wellness entrepreneurial ideas, much more like
Yeah.
retail. So like if you are guys interested in actually being an entrepreneur or something like that, there are a lot of resources there that you can exploit, and a lot of people that's willing to help you to actually set up your
Okay.
businesses.
Yeah, and of course, it's the right city if you want to find also financing.
Yes,
Huh? You agree that
yes,
it's the right city for financing because there's a lot going on.
yes. And
Um,
even LBS, they have funds and competitions that you can join, and every year
okay,
they finance like certain businesses.
okay. In LBS, yes, through the fund. Kevin, you have a question before we ask your students if they have a question. You have another question that you want to ask?
All right.
Bianca?
Yes. How important do you think your GMAT score was in your admission?
Okay. I'd say so. I think in my admission, maybe it was important. I think I got a good score, so obviously, I think it's always a nice to have. However, I have a lot of friends that maybe they didn't have like a super strong GMAT score, and they still got accepted. Uh, I guess potentially due to their essays and their CVs. So I'd say obviously try to aim for the highest thing ever, but essays and your life story is much more important, according to myself.
Yeah, but your score was pretty good. I think that you got 690, huh, Bianca? 690, that's what you got. No?
No, I got
Am I right?
730.
7, yeah, so it's very good. So of course, it's a very high score for, sorry.
Yeah.
So it's a
So I
very high
think
score
yes.
for LBS. You know, we have students, Kevin. By the way, there's one of you, there's one with a friend of yours. I forgot her name. She went to INSEAD. She lives in London, and she got in with a 640. Was Martha?
Yes.
Yeah, Martha.
Mati. Matilde. Matilde, right?
And she got LBS and INSEAD with a 640, 650. Okay,
Yes.
but at the same time, yes, but you know, Kevin, that if you went to a top school, if you have good grades, great career, a woman from Spain, there are not that many. It works. How many people are there from Spain in your MBA? Not many. 3, 4. How many?
In my year,
Hmm?
7, 8. We're
7.
8, which is we're in very little. In other years, there are much more. Like
Okay.
a normal cohort of LBS can be like 10, 12.
10. You see. So, but
Yeah.
it's not a lot. So basically, if they have a Spanish student with a good profile,
Yeah.
Marta, she had been, she worked for Goldman Sachs. She was an ITAD student. Oh, 650, 640, 50, 650, we will make it. Tell
Yeah.
me, I have a question from the students. So there's Marta D. Marta D. Uh, what? Alberto came. Hello, Alberto. It's very early for you. So let's start with Alberto. Alberto is going to apply more like to INSEAD, HEC, and IMD because he wants to start this January. Still, do you have a question that you want to ask to Bianca, maybe?
Well, first of all, I'd really like to go to the US. So yeah, I mean it doesn't reapply. So hey Blanca, nice to meet you. I'm a McKinsey fellow here, so yeah, it will be great to have you back some years from now. And yeah, basically I had one question, and it was related to the recommendation letter. So based on your work at McKinsey, how did you get to choose the right person, or yeah, how was the process?
So I think I looked at two things. First of all, seniority in the sense of, I think, aim for a partner, senior partner, obviously. I think that always helps, even if they studied if they got an MBA from the same business school, something like that, obviously, great. But I wouldn't go crazy. Like, I wouldn't choose different recommendator or recommendation people for each business school, because that gets like very complicated. And then the second thing or piece of advice I'm giving you is aim for someone that knows you, and that will love to dedicate time to you. If they call you, they will speak good things about you. Like, don't go for the senior partner that has seen you in one problem, in one PS, because it's not gonna work. They're not gonna be that emotional.
Mm.
So aim for someone that they are a supporter, that they believe in you. And then, yes, I'd say I like, for you, if you want to, I can be like very specific. I chose one AP and one partner. My partner was my DGL, and I had a really good relationship with him. And then the other AP, she was a great supporter. Like, I knew she was going to speak super well. Because even though you prepare, or you had to prepare the recommendation letters, then they are the ones ultimately submitting it. You say, feel free to edit whatever. There's some questionnaires, so obviously you want to have that relationship with that person.
Yeah. So of course, Albert, I understand your question, because when you work for McKinsey, 60% of the people working for McKinsey are MBA graduates. You have a lot of choice.
Yeah.
Now, schools, they want you to recommend they want you to be recommended by someone who knows you well, which limits the choice. Now it's true that for some school that historically were looking for some type of affiliation, I'm talking of Harvard, Stanford, US schools, they like when you're recommended by someone from the school. They love that, especially if you come from Spain. They don't know how well you know the US, and it's not that easy to adapt to the US. Okay, not at all. So they want someone who can see if he can adapt to a US environment. Okay, basically, if you study at IAC, at LBS, and in SEAD, you will feel at home on day one. Okay, because it's in Europe, it's your place. Believe me, when you go back to the US, it's another story. I mean, it's already a different civilization, and I'm sure that Kevin will agree. Europe and North America are very different. Okay, there's an adaptation. So basically, I would say that if I were you, I will choose if possible, a recommender from the school that is your dream school. If Harvard is your dream school, take someone from Harvard. We'll recommend you for all the schools. Okay, you understand? Don't take someone from INSEAD if Wharton is your dream school and you can hesitate. Okay, the advantage also that you have with McKinsey, that of course you have a sort of mentor at McKinsey, but you can also use someone with whom you have worked, who knows you a bit. Okay, so basically, of course, it's a big edge compared to, I don't know, someone who works for Pidgeot or SAT or a company where you have one or two guys who did an executive MBA somewhere. So of course, take it advantage. But of course, like Bianca said, don't choose a different recommender per school. If I were you, if you have one who knows you well and it's your dream school, take this one, because it will give an edge. Remember, Kevin, we have this guy called Manuel. Okay, you see, Bianca, we have a guy who got an interview with Columbia with something like a 550 GMAT. We agree it's pretty low. They took something called another test called the EA test, and he got 550, and he got an interview because he was recommended by two Columbia alumni. So I'm sure that he got an interview because now he got waitlisted. It was not enough. Okay, basically we have to go because Kevin has a meeting pretty soon. So the last question that I would ask you, Bianca, is that what are the do's and don'ts when you apply? What are the three key piece of advice that you like to give to potential applicants?
I would say, think very well what's your branding.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it was the most like difficult part. Like, you start with a white piece of paper and just say, like, how can I sell myself? Like, literally sell yourself. Like, American people, they're super good at selling themselves. sell yourself. Like don't be like don't be humble in the sense, just sell yourself. The second one would be aim high. You don't know what can happen. Obviously have some safe schools, but aim high. And then get to know the school like to the perfection. Add a lot of knowledge that you know, speak to people that have studied there. Just make sure that you know that the school inside out. It will help you with essays, it will help you with the interviews a lot. And then don't be insecure. I know competition is super harsh, but don't be insecure, and don't be afraid of asking for help or even a cold, not cold calling, but just like texting people, LinkedIn, whatever. Me, like whoever you want, like you may as well get a no, but what's that? You know, imagine you get in. So yeah, just leverage help and go for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're pretty correct. So basically, yes, where your case right is that of course you have to prepare your application, you have to prepare your GMAT or your GRE, but also you have to see that how can I say there are ways to leverage the quality of the recommender, interacting with schools. Huh? For instance, Harvard is coming in Europe. I don't know if they come to Madrid, but they will be in London, Amsterdam, Paris. You have to try to interact. So work with contact the business school club, the school you want to apply to, make contacts, talk to a potential alumni. Working for McKinsey, it is very easy to find alumni from whatever school you want. Do you want to study where? You want to study in the US, Albert? Yeah? You want to study in the US?
Yeah, definitely. I
Okay.
mean, as Blanca said, we need to dream. And yeah, my dream would be MIT because I'm an engineer. But yeah, either Columbia, Harvard, or Stanford. I will also try it. And if it's not possible,
Try
then
it. Yes, I applied to all of them. Try it.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
Do that.
The fact is that Bianca, she applied, she was very young. I remember
Yes.
Bianca at the time. She got an
Yeah.
interview with Harvard and with Wharton.
Yeah.
And the problem is that probably you are too young. By the way, I had the same problem this year, okay, with another one who had 1 year of experience. Can you imagine? He was younger. Can you imagine, Albert? He was younger than my MIM applicants.
Yes. I was
Yeah, was
21 when I was
yeah,
applying.
he had 21, and my MIM applicants they were 21, 22. And of
Yeah.
course, if he had applied for deferred MBA, maybe he would have worked, okay. But they did not take him because, and just remember that Columbia told him, we reject you, but you can apply to the J term, which is a
Yeah.
program that is that starts in 6 months. And the guy, he was so disgusted by all that that he didn't apply for an MBA, and he even decided to leave McKinsey, which is a bit stupid. No?
Yeah.
But
It's frustrating, eh?
yeah.
When you get all of those rejections and you don't understand them, and then it's because of your age that you cannot do anything about it. Then it's a bit frustrating. So I
But
can
imagine they asked him to
kind of
apply after
understand.
1 year. Huh? You see?
Yes.
Sorry to
Yes.
they asked him to apply after 1 year, which is very thing. So I was having a look at your resume, Albert. You have a very strong resume because you went to Super Héros in France. Hein?
Yeah.
You went to, donc tu parles français alors aussi. C'est
Ouais.
ça? Yeah. So of course you have a very strong profile like that. So if you get a good score, you should definitely because you went to ICAI, I guess, no, Catalunya, and
No,
then after
actually,
that,
I'm Catalan. I'm
yeah,
from Barcelona. But yeah,
you're from Barcelona, and then he went to Super Hero. So the guy has a bachelor or whatever, master from a Spanish school, master from a. So you get definitely a good GMAT. Of course, you stand out plus McKinsey, and you have a good profile, I guess. Huh? I will write to you. We are somehow connected, and we'll meet when I come next week to Madrid because you definitely have a strong profile and work on it. Huh?
okay. So thank you
Other
so much.
question that you have, Albert, for us?
No, I think that that was my main frustration, the thing of the recommendation letter. Because, yeah, as you can
Yeah.
imagine, I'm doubting between the options. But yeah, I really appreciate this call. And Blanca, I hope that everything is fine there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I hope to see you. I guess that you're going to come next year. So
The next year, and you'll be gone by
Yes.
then. Huh? You'll be gone
exactly.
by then.
Hopefully,
Are
I
you
won't be
are
here.
you in Iberia office?
Yeah, in Madrid
Ah.
Yeah.
And when did you join?
in September, but I did the summer also.
Ah, pues genial. Very
Sí.
well. If you have any doubts, text me whatever, LinkedIn,
Yeah.
Slack, whatever you want.
Okay, I will definitely add you right now. And thank you so much for your help.
Yes,
thank
and
you.
No
we
worries.
will send you our email account
Perfect.
address. Okay, I will
Perfect.
send you to the
Okay.
same. Thank you very much, Bianca, for being with us. And now it's
Yeah.
up to your sister and Bianca.
Yeah, I know.
So she's preparing the GMAT or the GRE. I will meet her to give her a boost. I will meet her next week probably because
She's studying a lot.
she's very busy and she's studying a lot. Okay, well,
She's
because she's
studying a lot. Yes.
okay. Well, I hope that we will pay off.
Let's
But
see.
you should, yeah, I'm sure. Have a good day, everybody. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Say
Thank you,
bye.
Bianca.
See
Thank
you.
you. Bye bye.